Hey everyone, my name is Troy from Tech Games, etc. Now today before I get started with this video, I'm going to make you a promise. This is not going to be, this is going to be my last video I'm going to do about anything binary domain related. I'm just enjoying this game a lot. You saw me post my review. You saw me post a teaser about the movie I was going to create. Now you saw the video again about the entire binary domain movie I did of all the cutscenes in cinemas. But I promise you this is going to be the last video unless they announce a binary domain 2. So anyway, like any of my videos, I'm gonna have a rant. I'm just gonna rant about binary domain, because I just have a lot more to say about this game. And also at the bottom of this your video, you'll see at what point in this video does my top 5 wishes for the next installment. The next installment of Binary Domain 2. My top 5 wishes for the sequel. So anyway, like I said before, I am enjoying this game too much, like way too much. I'm playing it actually 3 times right now. The first time I played it on the hardest difficulty, the hard difficulty. Then I unlocked the hardest difficulty, played it on that and beat it. Then I played it a 3rd time to see what it's like to play with other squad mates and also to see what it's like to level up characters. I had to see this because, first of all, when I did my review about this game, I said about the boss fights, how the boss fights feel longer than normal. Well, I wasn't upgrading my character, and come to find out that when I played it a 3rd time, I had to see if it was really does it really make a difference as far as boss fights. Now, you know, some of the boss fights, you can kill them much faster, like the spider, for instance. The first time around, I was going after his legs. But you pretty much have to go for the, I forgot what they call their weak spots on their robots, but it was on his belly. And I was trying to go for his legs most of the time when I just should have been shooting at his belly. And also, there was this, another boss fight where it was the guy with the it was the machine with the motors, looked like a motorcycle. You had to fight him as you're driving to the model corporation. It really wasn't a difference as far as the length. That boss fight was still pretty long. So I didn't want to touch nothing I said in my review, but that was another thing why I played it 3 times. And I also played it 3 times because I just love this game. I like the whole aspect of the whole RPG element. You can upgrade your characters and things like that. And I found out that you can run. When you run, you can hold down the run button. He'll continue running, so you'll be able to switch your weapons or reload. So that was pretty good. I love the fact of the particle effects. I love the robots. Like each robot has their own personality. Like some robots attack differently than others, and everyone has their own personality as far as attacking and their own animations and things like that. I like the storyline. I like the characters. I like the dialogue. The like I said, the particle. I can't get enough of, like, when you shoot. Like, there was this boss where it was looked like a cat. It was a cat boss, whatever. And you can take these little sticky bombs. In order for it to kill any boss, you gotta, shoot the armor off. So you take this sticky bomb and you throw it to this to the boss. It sticks, and when it explodes, you see like every armor bits and pieces just fly off. And it's like, I just love this game. I love the animations. I love the gun sounds. I love the smoke effects. And like when you shoot the guns, they put actually bullets in these guns. They put bullets in these guns. They're not laser guns. It's the future, Tokyo 2080, but they put bullets in his guns. And I love that simple fact. And I love it when you shooting your gun, you can see the bullet shells leave and you see the smoke leaving with it, like trailing behind it. And there was just a lot of things I liked about this game, and it just takes me away. And I love just the gameplay aspect. And some people may say, you bash BioShock, you bash, Mass Effect. I don't bash these games. If a game is boring, I'll say it's boring. BioShock to me was boring. I know people keep telling me the storyline, and I know people keep telling me for Mass Effect, oh, the storyline. I totally understand. I really understand, and I'm not knocking you or anyone else who likes Mass Effect or BioShock, but to me, gameplay to me is so important, especially when you're dealing with guns, especially when you're dealing with action. I love if you put more effort into the animations, more effort into like how things sound, how things shoot, things like that. I will be so I can play a mediocre game and have a great physical mechanics like gameplay aspect and be fine, like Just Cause 2. Just Cause 2 don't have the greatest story in the world, but I love the explosions. I love the animations. I love when you blow shit up, stuff just flies everywhere. And so that's pretty much it. I mean, to show my dedication to this game a lot, I want to join a forum. I'm going to join Sega's forum and post all my questions to the developers, all the things they should work on and things like that. And I also did this. Let me show you this real quick. Let me take this. I actually remember that scene with the spider? Let me move this out the way real quick. Let that adjust. I actually put that screenshot on my desktop. As y'all know, it was the woman from Golden Axe. I think her name was Ariel that was right here because I played Golden Axe Beast Rider, and every game that is really good, I'll put it on my wallpaper. So, I put it as my wallpaper on my desktop. So this was my favorite scene from the movie where the spider came down and shot the building and things like that. But that was just really it. I just wanted to rant a little bit more about this game. So let's get to the actual, like, my top 5 wishes for any future games that may come out. Now, before I get to this may sound weird. A part of me does not want a sequel to this game. A part of me doesn't want a sequel. And that may sound weird, but when I think about it, I don't want this thing to be milked. I don't want this thing to be the next Uncharted, the next Gears of War, the next Halo. The reason why the reason why I believe I gravitated so much to this game because it was something new. It was something fresh. It wasn't a COD. It wasn't a Battlefield 3. It wasn't a Halo. It wasn't a Gears of War. It wasn't an Uncharted. It wasn't a Batman Arkham whatever. It was something new. Now, some people may say, oh, they taking the play mechanics from Gears of War, blah, blah, blah. Look, there is no unique game out there that didn't take some type of element from another game. We can say, oh, Uncharted took, the corner cover system from Metal Gear Solid on PS1 or whatever. But what I say is, as long as you have some type of uniqueness to it, who cares what gameplay aspects you take? This game, like I said in the review, it stands on its own. And I think a lot of people are going to be turned off by it because, oh, it reminds them of Gears. Oh, it reminds them of Uncharted. They're trying to be Uncharted or next Gears. Look, you have your opinions. I have my opinion. This game is great. It stands on its own. And that's all it really does. It stands on its own. And a part of me does not want a sequel because I don't want it to be watered down. I don't want it to be, stretched out. I don't want it to have a bottom domain 5 or 6 or 7. But I mean, I believe this game is going to pick up some momentum. I really do. There's a lot of people I'm coming across who said they liked it. They liked the demo. Like, people are giving it good reviews. They're talking about the same things I talked about in my review. But overall, this game is fun and whatever. So, let me get to my top 5 things for this game. Now, this going to go into numerical order. As far as it's going to go from the most important to the least important, or the top 5 are just my most important. Now, first of all, my top 5 wishes, I wish they added a co-op mode in the sequel. A nice co-op mode where if you play co-op, somehow you are one of the teammates and the other person is the head character or whatever, and not only does the difficulty get harder, but also the number of enemies you encounter. That would be so much fun. Now you can, set your difficulty settings and things like that. Number two, fix the issues with the lag on multiplayer, especially when the games are starting. There is this, I couldn't really go in-depth review of multiplayer in my review I did on Bioshock. Well, I did on Binary Domain because I didn't have enough people to play it with. Now, when you play like certain things like the Survivor mode, or it's called Invasion, whatever, there's this lag delay of when the game actually starts. You think there's something wrong, but if you wait a few minutes, not a few minutes, but when you wait longer than you should have to, the game will eventually start playing. Number three, you should also upgrade your weapon's efficiency, not just the primary default weapon. Yeah, upgrade it with, and not just your primary default weapon. And Bioshock, Binary Domain, what happens is that you can, when you go to those machines to buy something, you only can upgrade your primary default weapon. You know, that weapon that every character has. You can't change it out. You can't swap it out. They should be able to add that element to each of your guns, which would be pretty good. I know, of course, upgrading certain ones over the others should cost more, but they should balance that out. Number four, Invasion multiplayer should have a harder difficulty, and the enemies and Invasion also multiplayer, you should have a harder difficulty and enemies come in larger numbers at a time. For example, when you play this game, there's 4 players max. It's not like COD, it's not like Modern Warfare 3 where you're 2 people against a swarm. It's actually 4. There's 4 players, and the swarm should come, like, say if there's 10 enemies remaining, I think 10 enemies should come at once. Like every time when you kill an enemy, another one jumps in immediately. There's too much of a delay in between the hordes, in between the swarm, that it just gets kind of boring. Like, it picks up the pace. Like, when you beat, every time you beat every 5th board, the next round they start off with a ton of enemies. It should be like that. It should be like, be able to keep the enemies coming. Number 5, take out the consequence system and voice chat out of story mode. This is where, the consequence system, when they ask you a question in Binary Domain, you respond to them, and either their respect for you goes up or respect for you goes down. I believe they should take this out completely, even voice chat completely, because it gets too repetitive in story mode, way too competitive. The consequence system doesn't really, I didn't play anything, but I don't think it really makes a difference. So there you go, there you have it. There go my final video about Binary Domain and anything Binary Domain related. If you like what you saw today, please like the video. It really helps out a lot. And also, you notice I'm calming down when I talk now. I'm trying to figure out a nice volume to talk at. I know I've been getting a lot of feedback from people who say I talk too loud and things like that. So I'm really trying to find a middle ground. So tell me what you think. Did y'all notice a difference? Anyway, like the video, helps out a lot. If you have any questions, comments, any concerns, you can contact me at techgamesetc@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on that PlayStation Network at Asian_boy_100. I thank you so much for watching. See you later. Thanks a lot.